Hey Dart Man fam, thanks for tuning in to tonight's review. Tonight's power episode was a perfect example of what's in the dark always comes to light. So the next time you think about sleeping with your undergrad student, think about this message in tonight's episode. Thanks for tuning in, guys. Make sure to comment, like, and subscribe. Also, so you can see Carrie shirts for $2 million. That's right, the Davis discount. $2 million off. It was $4 million, but now it's $2 million. Get your limited edition today.
It's what she deserves. It's what she deserves.
What's going on, everybody? Y'all see the shirt, man? The Davis discount, $2 million today. It was $4 million, but I took $2 million off for my viewers, man. Limited edition. Secrets out, Carrie.
It's what she deserves.
What?
It's what she deserves.
That's not the only secret that's out. Dante tells Zeke, I am your father. So, is Zeke gonna go down the rabbit hole, explore this a little bit more? Or is he gonna let this die? I doubt it. So, speaking of Mecca, the superpowers unite. Mecca and Lorenzo are doing business now. How far until that falls apart? Mecca got some shooters, y'all, so I don't want to be on his bad side. Speaking of shooters, Drew doing the thing in this episode. But is his boy, is his lover, Everett on the clock? All signs point towards yes. All that and more in your episode 7 review for Power Book 2. Let's get it.
They say this is a big rich town. I just come from the poet's part. Bright light, city life, I gotta make it. This is where it goes down. I just happen to come up hard. Legal or illegal, baby, I gotta make it.
I never took a straight path nowhere. Life's full of twists and turns, bumps and bruises. I live, I learn. I'm from that city full of yellow cabs and skyscrapers.
What is good, everybody? Back here again with your episode 7 review for Power Book 2 Season 2. Force My Hand is the title of this episode. So I'm going to take more of a laid back approach today. Not going to go over the whole show, just some highlights. And in those highlights, if I think of some other details, then I'll speak on those. But there's only like several highlights that I really want to talk about today. As far as the review is concerned. So let's go ahead and get into things, shall we? So to start this episode, let's talk about Brayden's confliction that he has in this episode. So he finds out that Tariq wants the photo album, and it's a photo of in there of Sweeney, and we all been wondering, okay, what's this dirt gonna be? And I was kind of disappointed. I was like, blackface? I'm like, okay, y'all could have came up with something better than that. But blackface is the big secret that Brayden doesn't want to get out because it will hurt his family because his dad is involved or whatnot. So he has a decision to make in this episode. So I think this is either going to go two ways. Either Brayden will eventually take one for the team. I was thinking like later in the episode when he was at the dinner or whatever and he was with his family. I thought he was just gonna be like, you know what, forget these people, man. I'm gonna let this picture leak out. But I think potentially, I think the sister still might get involved. I think she might be the one to let that picture go out, possibly if Brayden doesn't want to go along with the plan. So right there, that's what we have with Brayden so far. So his loyalty is still, being tested. That's the whole thing with Brayden this season with loyalty. Is he gonna, fulfill Tariq's wishes as far as going along with the getting dirt on Sweeney plan? We don't know. But yeah, your boy Tate was also in this episode. And speaking of Tate, where is his brother at? We still haven't seen him. I want to see him. But Whitman was in this episode as well. So I was asking that last episode, where was Whitman? But we still didn't really get any reaction as far as, the case with Tariq getting out of jail or whatever. It was just, he popped up in a scene where he wanted to question Everett. Of course, Everett and Drew, were doing their sneaky link thing, but that's the only time we saw Whitman. But going back to Tate, enjoying him once again when he was at the Weston's table, and he was like, hey, I got some dirt on your mans here, I just want to give you a heads up. And then, but yeah, he did that old dog style, of course, where he takes that mask off and then, he get real black on him real quick. But yeah, I always enjoy seeing Tate. But yeah, speaking of that, I want to talk about Tate and Carrie a little bit later in the episode at the dinner or whatever. That's probably the high point of the episode for me anyway.
It's what she deserves.
It's what she deserves, man. All right, so next topic I want to touch on is Tariq and this deal he is presented with in the episode. Of course, early in the episode, Davis and Sax, they're questioning him, asking whether, who he knows that framed him. And of course, he doesn't give up this information. It's probably wise of him that he doesn't, but yeah, he's faced with this tough decision in the episode. If he gives this information, he can get a deal, of course, but we know if we know anything from the finale of episode 6, we know Tariq ain't taking no deal. Definitely for 5 years or whatever. 5 years is a long time, man. So we knew off the rip that he wasn't going to accept this, but we had him presented with this decision multiple times in episode, first with Sax and Davis. And then Tamika makes an appearance once again, and she tells him the same thing. But Tamika still sees the good in Tariq, so to say. But I think she said something very powerful in this episode. Even though he still has that good in him, but I think he's so smart and he has so much potential today. He can be even more dangerous than Ghost ever was, which I truly believe. So I found that to be a powerful statement in the episode as far as the potential and where Tariq can go as far as the season progresses. Well, the series anyway. But yeah, he of course did not accept the plea deal, and she said, hey, you better not call me no more. So have we seen the end of Tamika here as far as her run on the series? Don't know. But yeah, it's always good seeing good old Tamika Washington, right? But that's where we are as far as Tariq and his case. But also Yas was involved. And they were doing a little deposition, and I felt so sorry for her. She was, trying her best to answer the questions, but Davis was asking her questions, and it was going good until Jenny started asking her questions, and that's when Tariq was like, "Hey, I had enough of this. I don't want to see my sister in the courtroom." So I commend him for that. So let's give a hand for Tariq, man. You're a stand-up guy now. That's the wrong. Wrong one, my bad, y'all. It says I pushed the slapping button. Applause for Tariq. But yeah, that's where we are with Tariq and the court case. Speaking of Tariq, let's stay on Tariq here with Tariq and Diana, man. I do not want to see him go down this avenue of juggling two women. Well, 3 women, because Lauren is still trying to get in the fold a little bit. And at the beginning of the episode, I was kind of disappointed, Tariq. I'm like, you shut her down the episode before. Now you kind of copping pleas and stuff. And she kind of shut him down at the beginning of the episode when he was trying to talk to her, and he had found out this information that her roommate got raided in the the whole drug thing when he came back to class. There was another favorite part of the episode. We walked up in class and Carrie had that egg on her face, like, my boy's back. First day out, baby. But anyway, so he's trying to talk to Lauren after class, and then we still have the whole thing up in the air as far as Lauren and the her having to testify. Towards the end of the episode, Davis and Carrie are talking, and he found out that old girl, unethically represented her as counsel. So he's going to tear her up, when it comes time for her to get on the stand. And I can't wait to see that. So, Lauren, you're going to get what's coming to you.
It's what she deserves.
But anyway, that's pretty much it with Lauren and Tariq. So he has been advised to stay away from her. So he ended up getting his lick back at the end of the episode when Diana showed up. He was like, come on in here. It did. He just shut the door in the face. So I thought that was kind of funny. But yeah, him and Diana, or I guess getting back together. They're supposed to be keeping it on the down low. Because of course Monet doesn't want her seeing him, and what's in the dark comes the light. So you see. But anyway, I really just think Tariq ought to stay away from that. I think Effie's the one, man. I think she's the one for you. But I guess you do what you do, sow your roll your oats, I guess. But I don't approve of this. But yeah, so we're gonna see where that goes, and then how is Effie gonna respond? That's what's gonna mess this all up. You got the super team already. You got Effie and you got Brayden. You got the dream team, and you about to mess it up. Doing a side deal with Diana. Why? Don't mess this up. Come on, Tariq, man, you better than this. But yeah. So Tariq, still out here making mistakes. He still got to learn with these women or whatnot. And while I'm on Tariq and Diana, let's talk about Diana just a little bit more. She's gonna find out more about Monet. It looks like that's what they're driving to. Definitely in the next episode clip that they showed. I think she's probably gonna find out about her and Mecca as well, because she saw the text message between her, Monet and Mecca, where he shows up as D. So later in the episode, when she's talking to Zeke and he's chilling, and he's telling her about how he met Dante, because he introduced himself as Dante. So I think she's going to connect the dot as far as who D is in Monet's cell phone. So this is going to cause a further rift between the two. So I think, we're on a head-on collision as far as this whole Mecca, Monet, and, the secret she's keeping from the family. So that's one thing I expect to see in episode 8 next week. Let's talk about Dante and Zeke. Dante, against Monet's wishes, he just went right for the jugular. At first, I thought he was just stalking old boy. Maybe he was going to say something to him, but not exactly spill the beans in this episode. But of course, power is like moving very fast. So, Zeke is presented with this information. Dante tells him he's his father. Of course, he goes, Monet goes to him after she looks for him and he's not responding to her phone calls or whatnot. And, he's telling her, he met Dante. And Monet, I wish she would just go ahead and tell this man, let this man see his father. Let him see his kid, Monet. But anyway, so she tells him another lie, which this is gonna backfire in the face. What's stopping old boy from going on Google, looking him up, Dante Spears? He gave him his full name and checking out his whole resume. So I don't know, but anyway, so we still got that thing with Mecca and Monet. I don't think it's gonna end up well for her. And then he's getting inside further in the organization to where he can rip this family to shreds, because he's already, teaming up with Lorenzo. So I guess I'll go ahead and get into that with the superpowers uniting. What are we going to get from this this collective here with Lorenzo and Dante? Of course, Dante is now giving all his product to Lorenzo, so that gives Monet a problem. Not only Monet, but Tariq as well, as they're doing their side deal, as she's giving him drugs. But now he can't sell. So in next episode, that's going to be the next big question. What's going to be Tariq's next hustle? And how is he going to get this money to pay Davis once again another $1 million, $2 million, or whatever he's going to ask for? But yeah, we're gonna see where that goes. So Tariq has no product, but it's Lorenzo and Mecca are together, and Mecca is providing, his shooters on hand for a cut, of course. And we found an old girl's name. Her name is Rock or Rocky, I think. The chick with the laser or whatever. So he got her. He got the other GI Joe looking dude. He got the chef assassin. I'm talking about he got him a whole squad. I don't think you want to mess with this. This is not going to end up well for Lorenzo. So if Lorenzo, I don't know, does something against this man, he got a whole squad. Dante don't even have to lift a finger, man. But you just send Chef Assassin after you. But anyway, we have that there. So I guess this go ahead and leads into the whole thing with Drew. Another one of my favorite parts of the episode, Drew, at the beginning of the episode, it was just Lorenzo and him, some father and son bonding or murdering. So they go roll up on Keno. Of course, they catch him slipping. He's having sex with some girl. And Lorenzo, like, he kind of hesitates, but when old dude pulled the gun out, Keno, Drew just pow. So I was like, dang. So let's give an applause for Drew. But anyway, so yeah, so Drew does that. So like gangster move of the night right there. And but the chick that was left behind, he went to her and was like, you didn't see nothing, right? She's like, no. And Lorenzo was like, bow, no loose ends. So this is where we start getting signals that Everett is next up, man. He's on the clock because Kane and Drew had a fight later in the episode. And in their little tussle, Lorenzo broke them up, and then Kane was, mentioned that Everett was, telling information or whatnot. And Lorenzo was like, hey, is this guy a loose end? So, but what surprised me was in the previous preview trailer or whatever, I thought when Drew was masking up, I thought he was going after Keno. I thought he was following him or something, but they did that real quick in the episode. That's another thing that I kind of didn't like. Like I said, this show moves real fast, so I thought they were going to give maybe another episode or two for the demise of Keno, but they took him out real quick, no problem. And, but I guess we should have known that, with the way old girl and dude was dressed up, ready to go to war. So I guess you could see that he was probably going to get the bullet this episode. But yeah, going back to that scene where he was masking up, he ended up following Everett, and it looked like he was getting ready to gun him down. So I was like, dang, Drew, he got to do what's got to be done. But yeah. So, he was about to do something to Everett, and then Everett texted him, and then he got soft again. I was like, "Oh, Drew, man, you got to get rid of this guy, man." But yeah, is this a tease? Will we eventually see Drew take out Everett? I guess it's kind of a look. If somebody's gonna take you out, it's gonna be me. I think that's kind of what it is, even though he doesn't want to do it. But we might come around to this again. Will Drew take Everett out? I never thought of that. I thought maybe somebody else, maybe Kane or something, would take Drew out, but not me, Everett out. But yeah, that seems to be the next up on the list. But speaking of next up, your girl Lauren might be getting a bullet, man. Next episode, y'all see the clip where somebody's saying about like she might be in danger, because I get she's going on the stand or whatnot. So that might put her in the crosshairs as too. I said Lauren was. I did say it's possible she might be on the death predictions here. That was when I did my I think who is Tariq's next body. So I don't think Tariq is going to take her out, of course, but somebody else might. So we'll see what happens with that there. All right, so let's go ahead and get into the headline of the night here. Carrie, secret is out.
It's what she deserves.
But yeah, this was definitely my favorite part of the episode, as she finally got what she deserved, even though she ain't called a bully yet. So let's talk about that. What is the future of her character? I think somehow she's going to get written off, but I've heard some rumors that she might be transitioned to book 5. I don't know how true that is. I don't want to see that. Let's get her out of here. We tired of you. She needs the bullet, man. But I don't know. The more and more these episodes go, it just doesn't look like she's it don't look like she's gonna die. It looks like she's maybe just gonna go off into the sunset and disappear after being shamefully exposed. As everyone now knows that she slept with Zeke. Now I don't know who how it initially got out. I don't know if it was Lauren. It wasn't shown on camera, but somehow everybody knows. And during the speech, she could hear like voices and stuff, and people murmuring and stuff like that. And then she walks off before ending her speech. And then that leads into this conversation with Tate, and the way the conversation was structured, it seems like she could possibly be moving on to another book of power, possibly. I don't know. That just seemed it just seemed like how the conversation went. It seemed like it was setting up for something else for her, but it doesn't seem like she's gonna meet her fate. So I don't know. I guess Carrie is, she ain't out the clear yet. Let's just wait until the season is over with. But right now, it doesn't look like she's gonna die or anything like that. But other than that, yeah, that is the episode for tonight. But as far as that is concerned, I think I've covered over most of the highlights and the hits that I wanted to take over. So let me see if there's anything else that I missed real quick. Oh yeah, Evelyn was introduced in the episode, Frank's wife. So I don't think she showed up for nothing. So is she gonna exact revenge for her husband? What kind of power does she have behind her? We'll see. So that's something. I think some of this stuff is being lined up for season 3. I already heard that Zeke's mom, well, his supposed mother, is going to be introduced in season 3. And I think some of this stuff is going to be lined up for season 3. Like, so with Frank's wife, Zeke's mother, and things like that. So, and also Effie's parents or her background, stuff like that is going to be introduced in the season 3. But yeah, I think that's pretty much everything that I had to cover. Also, Paula came back in this episode. She had a small scene. I don't know if that means she's coming back for good or whatnot, or having a more presence later on in the episode. But yeah, I think that's all I wanted to go over today, guys. But yeah, this episode was not as good as 5 and 6, but it's still keeping things rolling. I guess we had to slow down a little bit on this roller coaster, but we're getting towards the end here, and so we got to pick this thing back up, y'all. But anyway, guys, another good episode, decent episode. Y'all give me y'all thoughts on this thing, man, and I will see y'all for the next review. There might be an after review, so might be some more topics that I might want to go back in detail. But yeah, guys, that's gonna be it for this review. I'll see y'all next time. Deuces.
Skyscrapers, it's hard to get a start in these